welcome back to Lunch Talk. It's been a little while.
Yeah, the past week has been kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, lots of fires and whatnot in California burning down annually.
California, what do you expect?
I expect better.
Catches fire every 5 minutes. That's California.
Arizona is slowly consuming.
Well, first off, let's start off with the school updates. It's been a little while, about a week or so. Not as long as last year's fire, but still enough to put it in some kind of school schedules.
Yeah.
What's going on at the clubs these days?
Alright, so Leo's Club, which I am the president of. Yeah, round of applause. So we're having a beach cleanup November 23rd on C Street and Surfer Point.
What
That's
city?
in Ventura.
Okay.
Okay, don't interrupt me on that.
Sorry.
It's okay. Okay. So yeah, it's in Ventura from 9 a.m. to 11. Please show up. And if you're interested in like doing any other community service events, just join Leo's Clubs during lunch. Wednesdays is at Mr. Birchestre's room.
You catch it.
It's Leo's Club and Environmental Club, right?
I don't know, the environmental part's slowly dying out.
Oh, okay.
I don't think the environmental ever existed.
It
Well,
did.
environmental existed. It's just very low key. All the people there are kind of quiet. You know, you got Tyler, Bernard. They're not like super duper socially outgoing.
Bernard's been in environmental club for like 3 years.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, he was there since the beginning of it.
Was he?
Yeah.
When did environmental club start?
Second
Our
year.
sophomore year. So 2017. No, 2018.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
No, 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, wait, yeah, we started 2016. Okay.
I've
Yeah.
seen chess club going on.
Yeah.
It's not really a club
Oh,
anymore.
it's a club now.
It's-
Haven't you seen all the people playing chess?
Yeah, but it's not really a club. It's kind of like a McGuire's comic book club. It's not really a club. It's more just
It's an
It's
unofficial
there.
club.
yeah, it's an unofficial club. You just designate a day to get together and hang out.
It's an organized session.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, Robotics Club has been having this kind of table set up over here selling snacks at discounted prices.
Dude, I have like $20 in my house. I kind of want to just bring that, slap it down, and just take a bag, take
And
a
he's
box of
becoming
chips.
belts. Michael
Yeah.
Belts does that. He
I
buys
have a
things
$100 bill
Yeah,
at my
I buy
house.
something cool.
that I
Michael
could just
Belts
come
buys
slap
them.
down.
And even though I am part of that club, I do not hope you spend $100 on just snacks. There's better things you
Can I just spend
your money on.
$100? Like, not take anything, just give you $100?
I mean,
I don't know.
That's a
No.
donation.
Yeah, it's a donation.
Give it to Mr.
You
G,
can,
not
you
us.
can, yeah, you can possibly donate that to us, but for the snacks, you got to get something in return.
I'll-
Even then,
I'll get $1 worth of chips, and then just with that, donate 99.
Don't ask for change.
Yeah,
Do
right.
not ask for change.
okay. I suppose that works.
Gets a bag of chips, keep the change, slides a $1,000 bill.
Also, the robotics club has been cleaning the shed. I've seen a lot more students from like construction and engineering and even Internet of Things start going in that shed. So I'm happy that I'm cleaning that up a little more. Me and my team of the SCC,
You're,
shed cleanup crew.
you're not. No.
It's official. There's
It's
there's
an
a shed
official
cleanup crew.
Yeah, we're the shed
Yeah.
cleanup crew.
Nice.
If you're in robotics and want to become the shed cleanup crew,
The shed that's the one that's right outside Mr. G's room, yeah?
yeah, the one that's not the one we built, right?
No.
No,
Whatever
that,
happened to that?
What
shit?
happened? Well, yeah, what happened when
you
we
guys
built?
burnt it down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
we built
no,
it
no.
and we donated it to this one place full of firefighters. We burnt the thing down.
Yeah, that was our
No.
shed. You burnt it down.
Oh, that's not right.
No,
that
wasn't
is
the shed.
correct.
That wasn't the shed. That was an actual
Those
like.
are training modules.
Yeah, that was an actual training module
Oh,
made
oh.
that we built.
What
Like
happened-
we're talking about the shed that we built like freshman
Oh
year.
yeah, that was actually for someone.
Oh,
that
was it?
That was
Yeah.
oh no.
Oh wait,
that's
no.
not
If I
trust.
remember correctly, we donated it to the park in that area, Freedom Park.
Freedom
Ah,
Did we
okay.
donate to Freedom
I
Park?
think that's
don't
what we
remember.
did. Is
Freshman
that-
year was a blur.
I remember it was
I
for
don't
someone
remember
else.
freshman year at all.
I remember we donated to a park.
We donated it. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's not a trust to put your to put your money in.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, I'm gonna pay $5,000, but I want this to be built by students.
Freshmen, nonetheless, who know absolutely nothing.
I mean, come on, we built the office.
I remember the first time I touched that shed, I almost ruined it. I mean, not ruin the whole thing, but I'm sitting on it trying to put shingles on the top or something, and I nailed them all down wrong, so I had to rip them all out.
Dude, I did one thing on that shed. Or no, I did a lot of things on that shed, but the first time I had a nail gun, right? and or not Hal, or
Cooney.
Cooney was like, hey, nail. I'm like, no thanks, I'm good. He was like, no, do it, or you get no participation points for today. So I'm like, okay. Nailed it in, and shot it almost directly sideways. It was supposed to go this way, and it went this way.
And by this way, we mean left.
Yeah. So it was supposed to go straight in, and instead it went almost to the, like, just straight to the left. I have no idea how it happened, but it did.
You got participation points at least.
I got participation points, but
Dude.
And near death points.
speaking of nails, I shot a nail into our bookshelf today, because we're building a comic shelf in McGuire's, and I shot a nail through, and it was such high pressure and such a shallow area of wood, it went right through the wood, the whole nail just went right through the wood and shot like 3 inches from Miles' leg.
It's good to know that the progress of the library is under total safety conditions.
Oh yeah, OSHA would be proud.
Yeah, you guys had your safety glasses at least.
Oh
right?
yeah, we got our safety glasses.
Yeah.
What?
But yeah, no, I just shoot it, and all of a sudden I see a hole appear on the other side, and just bing on near Miles. I'm like, oh, hey, you're welcome.
Other than, almost impaling your friend's leg over here, or Miles' leg, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm right here.
Yes, I'm sorry. How's the bookshelf coming along? That whole project overall.
It's actually coming along really well. We have the 3 main shelves already built, which are in suites.
Lang.
Lang and Moreno. And we have a bunch of comic books that we're going to build that we built a small shelf for in McGuire's room. We're going to paint that and then hang it up on the wall. Just load it up with some comics. So that'll be fun.
A bookshelf on a wall. Okay, it's got some. Yeah, I like that idea. Very nice.
We're going to ask him. Ooh, we should ask him what we want to paint it. I'll do that after.
So, what's your ultimate goal with this bookshelf project? Because anyone can build a bookshelf here at ACE, but what's this do compared to that student project?
Our ultimate goal is to have like an area open for students who just like either are fans of reading like Miles and I, or want to get into reading, or kind of just want to like pass some time, right? Like say it's 6th period, for example, and we have nothing to do.
Okay.
They can go to the library and grab a book real quick and read that and put it back. So it's more of like a what's the word?
Library?
Well,
Time passer?
yeah, yes, but no. It's more of a it's kind of a convenience for students.
So, is this in reaction to a problem and something that you've seen lacking in the school?
Lack of readers.
It's more of that, and it's kind of a personal thing as well, because Miles, Robbie, and I, we've always been book readers, and we often run out of books to read. And I know Miss Renteria has her little area in her room, but we try to find more books to read, and it'd be a lot easier if we actually had an area at school with new materials for us.
Okay, sounds good. It's always important to keep your goal in mind when creating a project like this, to kind of keep the flow going and make sure you're solving something instead of just going to a different path that wasn't really going to.
Yeah.
I'm talking too much about that.
Yeah.
We've talked about this bookshelf so many times.
I mean, we talked
Hopefully
about
works
the
out well.
library ever since freshman year. We always joked about how ACE doesn't have a library, and every school has to have a library.
Yeah.
We were trying to make a library forever. Sophomore year, we thought we could make one of the portables into a library, and then we found out none of them owned it. And, we've always wanted a library. It's just the bookshelves.
Yeah.
It's the only real solution to the
Yeah.
ACE library.
Well, and it would also help boost students' vocabulary and discourse.
Yes.
It's a lot of outreach for students.
So, now that we have that on aside, have the fires impacted the November lock-in coming soon?
It has.
yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
So it's not coming at all, is it?
As far as they never said in ASB that they were doing another one, or at least not a day. I think they're going to push it back to December.
Yeah, I
like
was
the
gonna say
lock-ins
they're
usually
doing
were.
one in December.
They
Which-
said they were going to do it in November or in December. But now that they weren't able to do it in November, it's going to be December.
And which I actually really prefer because winter lock-ins were really fun.
Yeah, it was really fun, and that gives me more time to prep because Mr. Renteria put me in charge in the gamer room that's going to be held in Mr. McGear's room.
Dude, it's a gamer room?
Yeah, it's going to be a gamer room.
Nice. Well, and December lock-ins also have it's easier to decorate.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
Than
really
November lock-ins.
Yeah, and it was always, the decorations there were always good, and also I think it's better for food-wise, because I know you can have like good Halloween food, but don't forget you have the really good Christmas cookies that Culinary Club always has.
Oh yes.
Have you been seeing that Culinary Club has been posting on Ace News?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay, okay, so they've been making like little sections on Ace News now.
Yeah, I saw.
Oh,
like they're making
yeah, at the end.
Mr. Lang in the salad. I think I got one.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
salad. There's one with like, it's not chicken. It's
like lemon something.
yeah, lemon
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah. I know what you
But
mean.
yeah,
Yeah, that's how I'm talking about. Speaking of which, I don't know if it has to be vegan.
Who?
it's not all
I
vegan.
think they're just like they marinated like meat one time.
Who's a vegan?
One time.
No. I mean, most of the food that I've seen on Ace News has always been prepared to be vegan. Not that I have a problem with it. It just seems to be overdone, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I think there was one where they marinated
Chicken.
meat in something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't remember what type of meat or what they marinated it in.
Was it this year? That episode?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
3 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
it was like
Okay,
3 weeks ago.
then I'm biased on that. I haven't watched it.
You
so.
gotta watch the food sections. of
Okay.
Come on,
Ace
Ace News is the
So-
best news source.
Nice to know that they're also teaching people how to prepare meat, because that's a really big part in cooking as well.
Yeah.
But it's not to say I don't like vegan stuff.
Well, no, it's just like most of the world's population is meat eaters. So it would kind of be useful to know how to cook meat.
Especially if you like meat.
Right?
So,
90% of our school likes meat? Nah.
that and meat's kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
Salmonella.
If you
Especially-
if you look at
yeah,
it.
poultry is very dangerous. So you gotta. There's no such thing as medium poultry. It's gotta be well done or overcooked. And that's the only time to eat it.
I wanna. I forget what the French term or I want chicken tartare.
Chicken
What?
tartare.
A chicken tartare?
Tuna. Do you know what tartare is?
It's like tartar sauce.
No, tuna tartare is like the tuna is raw, right?
Okay.
So I want chicken tartare.
Oh, okay.
Oh, not
Salmonella, death, food
You can
poisoning.
eat fish raw.
Oh,
If you can eat fish raw, then
Sushi.
why can't I eat chicken raw?
Yeah,
Oh, wait, hold on.
sushi.
No. You said chicken, right?
Yeah, I want chicken tartare.
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, no. You're talking about carrots and spaghetti, now chicken tartare. You just stop.
Speaking of carrots and spaghetti, when are we gonna have another spaghetti night here at school?
Oh.
Are we ever gonna have no?
So
Because
good.
Miss Cohen's gone. There's no one here to make true Italian cuisine.
What do you mean? You're Italian?
I'm not. Well, actually, I
guess.
am.
Maybe
Just ask
we
Gio.
could influence Culinary Club to do so.
Yeah.
I like.
True. Mr. Lang is a decent cook.
Well, yeah, that
More
was
than
his
decent.
job for.
Shout out to Mr. Lang, shake the coke.
Oh yeah, that one time with the Coke thing.
You mean that
yeah,
one
the
time?
whole
You mean the
thing,
past like year and a half?
Yeah, that too.
It's still going on right now. We have a new Coke
Well,
can.
Aaron
Oh,
opened
yeah.
it, so.
Anyway, besides the inside joke and the Coke cans,
Mhm.
alright? We're not here to talk about Coke cans.
Yeah, we're here to talk about lock-ins. That's what's important here.
And Uthar.
Well,
So-
no.
Uthar is gone. I'm sorry.
So, going back to the fires really quick, the fires in California have always been an issue. They're almost annual at this point. We've had one last year, 2018. I think we had one in 2017, although one,
Every year.
Yeah,
a
we
lot,
did
a lot less minor compared to the one in 2018.
We did have one in 2017. That was the Thomas Fire. And
I thought the Thomas Fire
No,
was
Thomas.
2018.
Yeah, Thomas Fire was last year.
no, Thomas Fire was the first fire,
Like 26.
and then it was.
No, yeah, that was 2017.
Yeah, Thomas Fire was the
Oh.
first one, and then we had whatever the second one was.
Woolsey.
And- Yeah, the
Oh,
Woolsey
Woolsey
Fire.
Fire.
And Hill.
And everyone was like, "Oh shoot, it's the same time as the Thomas Fire."
Uh-huh.
And now we're having this one. It's just one after the other.
Luckily, this one wasn't as bad as kind of the previous ones.
Well,
Okay.
let's.
It was.
You know what I mean.
There's
It
different
was
things with
bad.
this fire, alright? Not only is it coming in here annually, but we've done different things to try to stop it. Example A, 2.5 million people losing power thanks to PG&E shutting off the power lines.
true.
Yet still causing fires with their faulty equipment.
But they did do examinations, and they did say a lot of hot spots where fires could have started didn't start because of those power outages. But they went a little extensive on their power outages. Even in places with condensed areas where fires shouldn't have started at all, like basically a 0% chance, they still shut off the power. some of the power outages were necessary, but a lot of it, a big portion of it wasn't.
Okay, I suppose, yeah, it does help in some degree, and yeah, the fire this year was contained way quicker and caused way less damage than last year's fire.
Yeah.
However,
Well, structural damage, but yeah.
yeah, structural damage. It still caused problems, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
There is still something that bugs me a little bit about this, and it's the lack of infrastructure with the PG&E power lines. You can put these things underground, and nothing
Yeah.
will happen. They don't need to be in the air. They don't need to be insulated. They need to be out of the way and out of mind.
But that would be more money. They'd have to replace all the power lines. That would be their excuse for that. They would have to
Yes.
replace all the power lines.
But what was it? I completely forgot what I was going to say. Oh, one of the main reasons we're also having all these crazy fires is we're no longer doing controlled burns.
Oh no.
Yeah, no.
We've done that 20 years. Like we've stopped that 20 years ago, I believe.
Yeah, but now it's finally starting to catch up to us because everything's now dead and
Now
dry.
there's just tinder everywhere.
Well, and none of it is green. It's all
Yeah.
just
Dead.
dead. So one ember, it's just
That's it.
So is it an excuse for California to say that they can't do this? That they don't. Actually, you know, before I get ahead of myself, is there a reason why we stopped doing controlled burns 20 years ago?
that I don't have enough information on to give a proper answer.
No idea.
But from my point of view, I don't think so. I don't think there's really a proper reason why we should have stopped.
I think if, let's just say they were going back, they thought it was like safety concerns, like, alright, we're doing all these fires and these controlled burns, let's stop. But in turn created bigger fires.
So you're thinking it's
I'm thinking
safety
it was.
issue?
I think at the time they thought it was a safety issue.
Right.
And they didn't
It's pretty
Kind
much
of.
just like
foresee these bigger fires happening.
yeah,
but now that
these
they're happening.
these last three major fires. It's pretty much just like all the controlled burns that we would have done, all just into one huge fire.
And gotten bigger because it's a huge fire.
Exactly.
So knowing this, let's see if we can tie this. But let's see if we can tie this into our school's namesake. Is there any kind of engineering solutions we can create to help prevent these fires? Like civil engineering, mechanical, electrical engineering, maybe programming, if that's ever a thing.
Program our trees to just stop dying.
Programmers on trees. Okay. My suggestion is to, like I said before, put the power lines underground.
yeah.
So that way they wouldn't fly around in the winds. California gets a lot of sand on the winds, and this could cause problems with uninsulated power lines.
And they're actually doing that. They built a new town right next to Santa Paula.
Okay.
I think it's called East Area 1. But new school, new shopping centers, housing, all of that, right? That's what they're doing. They're putting all the power lines underground. One, for aesthetic purposes, and two, I'm assuming because it's not as dangerous. You're having everything underground. If something does break, it's not like it's going to harm anyone if it's still spewing electricity. And it honestly really does add a nice appeal to the entire area.
Yeah, that's one thing I like about it too. I think it looks better to not have a bunch of power lines everywhere. Like if you go up the road over here, like on the entrance to Ace, see all these power lines coming in from this one long road.
Yeah.
If we have all that underground, not only will that be less of a fire hazard,
It would also be open.
right.
It just
Yeah.
look better.
I mean, yeah, it's also near fields with very green plants. They probably wouldn't catch fire as easily, so it wouldn't be like a very spontaneous fire. But in other locations where that could be the case, I think they can benefit from that as well.
Well, there could still be electrical hazard
Right.
as well as a number of things that could happen.
No matter what we do, there's going to be electrical hazards. But if we put it underground, there might be less.
Yeah.
Are there any other solutions we can think of besides underground? Maybe something that can work in conjunction with the underground power lines we can think of?
The only problem I see with underground is, like, if something does break, it would take a lot longer and probably a bit more money, and that would really just be a problem for them to replace that.
Okay.
It'd be a time consumer, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they'd have to dig up first they have to determine where it is. And
Yeah.
then they have to dig it up and then replace it.
Well, and they'd probably be able to determine where it is because they do have
Technology.
tech that can determine where power is flowing to and where it's getting cut off.
Mhm.
So they could probably just look at that and be like, okay, it's right here. But like you said, the only major problem would be digging that up, and how much they would have to dig up in order to replace that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they would like bury
The lines.
the lines. Like I assume
Well,
that they would
no.
make like more like a tunnel.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
maintenance reasons.
Well, it would probably be more in like a pipe
Yeah.
to actually protect it.
Like a sewage pipe.
Yeah, something
But
like
like
that.
separate.
You still understand they still have to get in there,
Yeah.
and it would still take a little bit more time. But then again, it's less of a public safety hazard if something does break under there.
Well, and you can run lines across shorter distances.
Yeah.
Because instead of going this way and then going this way to reach this area, you could just go right to that area.
Yeah. It would save a lot more money
Yeah, you
in the
could-
long term.
You could go under roads, like you could really do a lot with it.
Well, how would it save more money in the long term? It takes a lot of money to do it initially, but how does it save money compared to what we already have?
Well, there are thousands and thousands of dollars in damages, especially to these fires and winds. Let's say they were all underground and they don't get damaged as much, especially when we have these fires, and just normal maintenance would be a lot less. Because even without the winds, there's damage to the power lines all the time. Cars crashing into them, just normal winds, people throwing socks up there, burning out the power lines. If you've seen that, I've seen it before. People like throw as
Shoes.
much stuff and shoes and stuff at the power lines and then just break the power lines.
Yeah, I've thrown rocks at power lines before trying to hit them, just to see if I could.
Yeah. If they were underground, maybe it's kind of like an out of sight, out of mind type of thing.
It really is.
Well, you could say that, but that typically means the problem is also out of mind. So
True.
when will the problem arise before? Well, not the problem. That's kind of very vague. If it breaks on the ground, you probably have to be like, oh, time to find the wire instead. Any kind of environmental issues making a giant tunnel full of wires could create?
Well, any subterranean animal would probably have a hissy fit over their home getting
Moles.
torn up. Yeah,
Well-
moles, gophers, anything
Well-
like that.
Ants.
Rats.
Well, not only that, but the power lines have to go through these hills and mountains sometimes, and that's where they come from.
Yeah.
Or they don't come from the mountains, but they have to go over them and traverse them somehow. And I'm sure there are some underground power lines. The school has an underground power line, but we have a giant power line outside. Will that be an efficient way to cover longer distances? How much land do we have to rip up?
It'd probably be
Maybe
more,
it could be a combo of the two. Like mostly underground power lines, but like you said,
like
where
in
it's
high
places
areas.
where it would be way more inefficient, where you might have to dig up entire hills to make these type systems. They can have
Yeah,
these
like
outer ones.
in mountainous areas or higher elevation, you just do
regular power lines.
poles until you get to a lower elevation,
And
and then
go
just
back
have it
down.
go into the ground. However you would do that, and then just
Now,
line it that way.
why would you not have a underground power line at a higher elevation compared to a lower elevation? Wouldn't it just be? Wouldn't it just be? Or wouldn't the deciding factor for having a power line underground be either the trees nearby or the buildings nearby instead?
Well, yeah, that too, because if there's more vegetation nearby, you probably don't want. Well, I mean, there'd be a disadvantage either way, because if there's a lot of vegetation around, trees and such, you'd have to dig that up, and digging up not only dirt but trees and all other vegetation would be a lot more of a hassle. Putting poles near all of that would also be a hassle because you're trying to construct your own structure within nature, and there's a lot of other things obstructing those lines that might catch fire.
It's a really choose your battle type situation
Yeah.
with these. It's like either way they're good options, either way they're bad options.
I mean, I'd rather go subterranean in that situation because less fire. But
Yeah.
Everything has a cost.
Everything has a cost.
You just need to determine what those costs are and compare them and see which one's something you can pay for.
how much did it cost? Everything.
Balanced, like everything should be.
Yes.
Pole power lines. California, what did it cost? Edison, everything.
Oh.
I'm so glad that my home's power didn't shut off. I know that sounds a little weird to say here. I'm sorry if your power did get cut off.
My power
but-
got cut off, Brad. I'm very offended now.
What? For how long?
It got cut off for a good 3 days.
3 days?
When those Santa Paula fires were going on, we were right against that hill that was burning, and so they shut off the power right there.
Dude, my power, I can one up you. My power got shut off for a whole .001 seconds.
What?
Yeah, the light flickered.
Wow.
Well, you know what? I'm sorry, man. I'm here to support you.
It was so hard.
Who's power shut off? Miles? Paul?
No.
My stove clock was reset, so I assumed that was due to a blackout.
Oh.
That's like the only
Well,
knowledge
or
one I
your
have.
power just got shut off.
So like it happened during your sleep and just
Yeah, I was like, hey, who's been playing with the stove?
How do you know it was?
Who's
How do you
been
know it
playing
wasn't
fire?
Ghost Ball?
The stove says there was a fire. Hey, who's been playing with the stove?
That's true, and technically with the stoves, you can actually tell how long the power outage was because it turns off, but when it turns back on the clock, it resets.
It's 12.
It's 12.
It's 12. So if it's like 12:06, it's been off for like it's been on for 6
Yeah,
minutes.
so you can calculate the power outage.
But you can't really tell when it shut off if you don't know.
Not
that.
when, but you can, you know.
End
I
it.
didn't get an estimate. Although for some reason mine was just like in the clock options mode.
Yeah, same. That's what my microwave does. It's like, hey, select date, month, and year. And like, how the heck do I check the date, month, and year on my microwave?
so with microwave dates aside and using your stove as a clock. All right, we'll take those engineering solutions and do absolutely nothing with them.
But you can do something with them.
I'll,
if you
I'll,
want
you
to.
I'll take
can
my own
prevent
power lines and I'll shut
wildfires.
underground myself until someone says you shouldn't mess with city infrastructure.
I'm running my power lines through my pool, so you know it adds a little spark.
Until someone says you
It's a
can't
little
mess with
spicy.
city infrastructure, it's already underground. What
You
are
know, that's how
gonna
you
do?
make hydrogen fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take electricity, zap the water with a high enough temperature where it splits hydrogen and oxygen. You use the hydrogen atoms and like put them through a circuit.
I'll be your #1 hydrogen fuel provider.
Interesting.
Form in your pool.
Yeah. Kids
So-
can have a party.
With that aside, we'll have to conclude this segment.
Wait, did we talk about the lock-ins?
Yeah,
Yeah, we talked about the lock-in a
Oh,
little
okay,
bit.
because I got some new intel that we're having a lock-in in winter.
Yeah,
Yeah, we talked about that.
Oh,
But
well,
you-
Kenzie just told me.
We're ahead
Alright.
of you.
Do you have any specifics
Yes.
before we go? Like any dates? times?
No, that's about it. Just winter, and don't forget Spirit Day this Friday. Wear your respective color. That's about it.
They
Yeah.
make morning
What are
announcements.
those colors, Paul?
All right, I'm pretty sure for the seniors it's white, juniors it's black. I think for sophomores it's blue.
Sophomores and
Freshmen are red.
it could be
And
that.
teachers
or
have to wear their ace gear.
It could either be that or it could be the other way around. But that was a fun segment of Lunch Talk, and we got a lot of engineering topics out of the way. But yeah, that's gonna end it.
Yeah, hopefully we could do some more engineering solutions. I kind of like that segment we did.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sprinklers and power lines. Alright, I'm done.
sprinklers and power lines in a way.
Alright. Bye!